Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, it is now in stone. Lamar Jackson will not be playing versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, I want to make sure I say this, right? I know people are like, well, Nitro, you wanted him to play. Yeah, I did. But it's not my choice. And I'm not mad at it. I said I wouldn't be mad either way. Saying all of that, right? Here, we're saying all of that. I still think we can win this game. Now, we know what the risks are. I think they said it's going to be a bad weather game. That's number one. And number two is the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is why I said I understood why if they did not want Lamar to play. And I think it came down to what Lamar wanted to do. And Lamar said, nah, I'm going to sit. Because he doesn't want nothing messing up his chances to go to the Super Bowl. The Pittsburgh Steelers are trying to ruin the party. That's just the way it goes. So listen, I understand it. Now, from my perspective, I would have liked for them to get in a couple reps, 2 drives or something like that, maybe 3. But listen, now it's Pittsburgh in a bad weather game with what's his name, TJ Watt on the other side, trying to take off the legs of Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I can understand exactly why they didn't want him to play, why he didn't want to play. It makes total sense. Because the best ability is what? Availability. You can't be available if Mr. Watt decides to turn up the wattage and rip your leg off. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, it goes back to what I was saying before, that defenders are allowed to tee off against Lamar. And Lamar knows this. He knows it. The Ravens know it. If I'm not mistaken, there's been a plethora of stuff that they've sent to the league like, yo, Lamar's being hit after the whistle, after the play, after the throw, out of bounds, and y'all ain't calling nothing. You know what the league has done? They said, mute, quiet. They got nothing to say because they're totally for it. Totally for it. So, with this happening, I'm not mad at it at all. At all. At all. So, I wanted to make sure that my point was set in stone with that. I said already I was okay either way because I understood the arguments both ways. 2019 did happen. And no matter how confident you are, there are certain things in your mind that always bring up doubt, fear, whatever else it is like that. 2019 brings up fear in Raven fans. It just does. Bro, 2019 brings up so much fear in Raven fans that there was a plethora of people that did not want the bye. They said, bye? Bye? You mean goodbye? We don't want that. Get that out of here. We don't want that. We're underdogs. We're Ravens. We can't win any other way. That's how bad. That's how scared Raven fans got. You feel what I'm trying to say? 2019, for all of the success during the regular season, was one of the most disappointing, one of the most heart-wrenching, gut-churning moments in Baltimore Ravens history. And I mean, that hurt more. I'm going to give you the perfect example. That 2019 performance that the Ravens put on versus the Titans was, it hurts the Ravens fan base more than the Lee Evans drop. I repeat, that 2019 playoff game hurts more than the Lee Evans drop. Now, if you're a real Raven fan, you remember Lee Evans' drop. You remember, caught the ball clean, about to celebrate, got the ball knocked out, and they said, no catch. He's like, and the Patriots knocked us off. If you're a Raven fan, you know exactly what I'm alluding to. Raven fans are they're more hurt from the performance of the 2019 Baltimore Ravens, first place 14-2 Ravens, than they were from the almost Super Bowl bound Ravens Lee Evans drop. Because it hits at the notion that we've never had a great offense like that. We've always had a great defense. We've always had defensive guys that were the bee's knees. You know what I'm saying? The big hoopla. The grand poobahs. You feel me? That's what we had. But then we finally got Lamar, and it's like, oh my God, he's led the league in passing touchdowns. We never had that. Oh my God, he's elusive and electric. We've never had that. Oh my God, he can actually go toe-to-toe with the greatest quarterbacks in the game. Like, bro, that's what we were looking at. We're like, oh my God, we can do this. We can do this. And to have all of the scoring and all the blowouts that was happening in that season, to fall short and barely score 12 points in a game. For the offensive line to be unable to stop pressure on the quarterback. For him being pressured actually more than Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. You know, the Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes gets the pass for because he was pressured so much? Lamar Jackson was pressured more in the Titans game than that. Go look it up if you do not believe me. Crazy, right? For all of those drops. That's the drops. Oh! It still hurts. It still hurts. Those drops. You know what drop hurt the most? The one to Hayden Hurst. That drop to Hayden Hurst hurt me. Because remember, if you remember clearly, Mark Andrews went out with an injury. Remember, Mark Andrews didn't finish the game. Hayden Hurst stepped in, and the ball hit him right here. Right there in his chest. And he put his arms down like, oh, I'm sorry. Oops. Sorry, Lamar. And Lamar's sitting there like, do you know that game, Lamar put up the second most yards ever in an NFL playoff game? You know that, right? The funny thing is both of the top two came in losses. The first is Tom Brady versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I think y'all remember he had like 570 total yards or something like that. And Lamar had like 560 something total yards. You know, the two only unanimous MVPs in NFL history? Yeah. Drops and everything else. And the funny thing is, you know, Ravens know what drops are because you remember what happened with the Steelers earlier on in the season. You remember that drop fest? So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, with Lamar not playing, I'm totally okay. You know, but at the same time, this offense is not going to be stagnant. I don't think they're going to go away from what they do well. I think they punch people in the face, and I don't think there's other teams that are going to really punch them in the mouth or the face. You know what I'm saying? The Titans game, all it did was illuminate all of the problems that were being masked during the regular season. That's all it did. Like when Lamar would make 2-3 people miss, and they're like, oh, it's because of the O-line. And for anybody that wants to understand exactly what I mean by that, because everyone's like, are you serious? The Ravens rating on PFF right now is the third best O-line in the entire league. Now, if you watch tape, if you know what's going on with football, and you watch the Ravens, you know darn well they're not the third best offensive line in the game. They got them rated the third. Top three! Go ahead and tell Raven fans you got a top 3 offensive line in the NFL. Get that out of here. And that's what I'm saying. We need certain guys to play, keeping reps. I think John Harbaugh said he wanted to make sure Zay was playing and stuff like that to get reps. And, you know, we'll get to see what happens. But, hey, if the Steelers, here's the thing. If the Steelers beat us, it doesn't harm us, but it makes, I'm pretty sure if the Steelers beat us and the Bills lose, the Bills miss the playoffs. Then it'll be 3 AFC North teams that'll make the playoffs. It'll be Pittsburgh, Browns, and Ravens. And I'm going to be real with you. I would love for Lamar to drop 50 on the Pittsburgh Steelers and knock them out in the playoffs. Could you imagine how bad their fan base would be? This isn't fair! How could you? We hate you, Lamar. You're so mean. I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but we're going to get to see what happens. But what do you guys think? Were you on the fence about if Lamar should play or not? I know most of you in the comment section from the other video was like, nah, we don't want him to play. So I know some of y'all are going to agree with that. But for anybody that didn't, let me know what you thought down in the comment section, all right? But as always, that's an episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know, I love the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out the Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, we've been having people donate and stuff and helping us buy equipment for the channel. Bottom of the screen is a QR code. QR code's to a Cash App. Cash App's located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. Once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yeah.